Hello, this is the Empress, or Tribe Jude, and I'm here to talk about something very, very important and very dear to my heart. And that is something that nobody talks about. I don't hear about it on the news. I don't hear about it on the internet. I don't hear about it on the radio. I don't hear about it anywhere. In the newspapers, nowhere. And that is the fate of the children in children's homes, in the child welfare system, in foster families, in group homes and institutions, and how the budget cuts affect them. I have not heard word one. I have not heard anyone standing up for them. We stand up for the disabled. We stand up for the elderly. We stand up for education. We stand up for our police. We stand up for the fire department, the highways, the prisons. But no one that I know of is talking about the children who are in the child welfare system. We hear about those children that are taken from horrible situations, but once they're in the child welfare system, they're forgotten. Okay? And I'm here to talk about them, to say we need to focus on them. We need to know how these budget cuts are affecting them. Okay, and forgive my language. I made a mistake. How are these budget cuts affecting them? You know, I was in the system. It was not a good system. But these budget cuts are going to make it worse. And more children are going to slip through the cracks if we don't start talking about it. Please forgive me for saying this, but the Republicans who want to make budget cuts, are you even thinking about the children? Do you even care? And the Democrats, why aren't you talking about this? And if so, why, if you're doing anything about it, why aren't you saying so in the media? Is this important to you? Too many of us are from children's homes. And too many of us know what that system was like. And there are too many in the children's homes now. These budget cuts, it's going to make matters worse. It probably is. How many children's homes have had to close? How many fewer children have been rescued? We ignore the 8-year-olds. We ignore the 9-year-olds, even the 15-year-olds. And of course, unfortunately, they're stigmatized. In the system, they're treated badly, and it's going to get worse. These children have done nothing, and they deserve our attention, no matter their age. And the older they are, the more attention we need to pay to them. And the younger they are, too. There are going to be toddlers who may remain in the families because there isn't enough money to put staff in the child welfare system to protect these kids. And there isn't going to be enough money to put into the children's homes to improve them. Short-sighted minds think that by cutting money, we can improve it. But that's stupid. I'm glad that people are thinking about the disabled, of which I am one. But who is thinking about the children in the institutions, in the foster families? Okay, who is thinking about them? They don't have a voice, but I'm becoming that. And I invite others to join me in this. We need to talk about this, and a cry needs to be raised. These children deserve to be protected too, more so than any other, because these are the ones that we forget about. These are the ones that are neglected. These are the ones that are allowed to slip through the cracks, like I did, like so many others did. We need to talk about it. I'm talking about it. And I invite others to talk about this. This is important. This is incredibly important. It's imperative that we talk about it, because these children will grow up. And if we don't take care of them now, how will they affect society? There are children that need medical care. There are children that need psychiatric care. There are children that need a safe place to stay. And with these budget cuts, are they going to be there? We need to care. We need to care and raise our voices. That's why I'm speaking. And I invite and I challenge everyone to talk about this. There needs to be dialogue. You politicians, you need to think about the children. True, they don't pay taxes, but they deserve attention just as much as anybody else. And brushing them under the rug isn't going to help matters. It's going to make it worse. We are a good country, but when we forget about the children, we become a terrible country. We cry about the children who live in poverty-stricken homes. But what about the children in children's homes? What about the children in foster families? What about children in hospitals? Psych hospitals? Do we care about them? Or do we just brush them under the rug like I was? Do we just forget about them? I say no. And I say we must stand up for them now, not later. They are important. If you have an opinion, voice it. We have to talk about this now, not later. I thank you for listening to me. I hope and pray you take heed. I hope and pray conversation begins, talk begins, dialogue, and then action, because it needs to be done now, not later. This is the Empress, and I thank you for listening.